Well, now that we've talked about why social media for network marketing, let's get into helping you find your brand. Now, you might not know what that means. What do you mean finding my brand? Let's talk about what a brand is. Make no mistake, you're a brand right now. If you're on social media, you are a brand. You are branded in a certain way that may be getting you a certain result. And if you want to change the result, you might need to look at repackaging who you are and what you stand for. A lot of people are out there on social media doing what they think other people, what they see some other people do, so they're trying to replicate that, or they're saying what they think other people want to hear. That's not what it's about. Let's talk about what a brand is. Something that's recognizable, something that people either like, respect, or at least it's interesting. You might not like or respect Kim Kardashian, but she gets followed because people find her interesting for whatever reason. You also know in a brand what they stand for as a person. If you're thinking about a person as a brand, what do they stand for? What do they stand against? So think about some of the brands that you might know. Think about any person. You're like a pit bull, for example, Mr. Worldwide. He came up with that concept consciously. He dresses in really sharp suits consciously. This was a decision of how he wants to represent himself. I gotta tell you, when I decided I'm going to learn this, so I reached out to my friends. I said, who knows somebody in social media that's an expert? Who do you respect? And I reached out to several people, and I actually paid a person who is very good at social media. I paid that person as a consultant. I hired them as a consultant to teach me. Teach me what you do to build a brand. Teach me what you think I should do. Here's my passions. Here's my interests. What should I do inside of this network marketing space? Because I see a void and I want to be able to serve this community. So I set out to learn what the people before me had done in order to be able to establish what was my brand going to be. I'll tell you what my brand is today, okay? One of them is entrepreneurship. I'm a fan of entrepreneurs, and everybody knows it. You know, it's not perfect, but it's better. Everybody knows that I'm in the corner of the entrepreneur. I believe in entrepreneurship. If you have an entrepreneurial bone in your body, you should explore that urge, and you should scratch that itch, and you should go out there and try and change the world. So that's one. Second big piece of my personal brand is network marketing. I am an absolute, the strongest supporter of network marketing on planet Earth. I believe in it from top to bottom. I'm willing to debate it with anybody in the world because I'll win the debate. They can't win the debate with me about network marketing because I believe in it so strongly. And none of that's just an act. That's what I absolutely believe. And I've decided to put that into my brand of what I was going to do in the world. Third is professionalism. Why do you think I called the book Go Pro? I love network marketing, but I'm also frustrated with the fact that so many people are amateurs. So I put professionalism as a big piece of what it is that I stand for, what I'm known for. Go Pro is what I'm known for, that this is a profession, not just an industry. That's what I'm known for, okay? Another is personal growth. I stand for learning and growing and reading and studying and not only do I promote that, but I personally engage in it. I am authentic in that aspect that I'm really all about personal growth. And I have been because network marketing promotes personal growth so much, it's a perfect blend for me. Another thing, people ask me what I do for a living, and part of my brand is I'm a professional encourager. That's what I do. Every day that I get on Network Marketing Pro, I'm encouraging the people that are watching, hey, you're doing the right thing. Hey, I'm proud of you for facing your fears, right? I'm just encouraging all the time. You can do this, you can do this, you can do this. That's part of my brand. Another part of my brand is I'm a validator. Hey, you made the right decision. You're the smart one. They're the dumb ones. The other people that don't understand network marketing, you can have pity for them or compassion for them, but don't believe them because you're the smart one. So I validate every day in what I do. The secret sauce of encouraging and validating is a big part of my brand. Another one is I'm sincere. People come up to me all the time and they feel like they know me because, we have this conversation like I'm having with you right now. I sincerely want to help. I give a damn about people's success. I really care about the audience. I treat it with an enormous amount of respect. I'm humbled by it, but I'm sincere in my desire to help, to encourage, to validate, to promote, to do the things that I want to do. And another piece of my brand, as I was thinking about it, putting this program together, is competence. I know my stuff. I really do. I know it like a few people in the world know it. You can't stump me. There's not a question you can ask about this business that's going to have me all backpedaling and nervous. I'm competent. I know this stuff, solid. So if I'm talking to somebody, I think people follow and people recognize and engage with my brand because they know I know my stuff. I'm not just guessing. I'm not just a poser. I'm not just pretending. I know my stuff. So entrepreneurship, network marketing, professionalism, personal growth, an encourager, a validator, that I'm sincere and that I'm competent. That's my brand. So as you're thinking about that, okay, I want you to think about now your brand attributes. So here's the exercise for you. What are you known for? What do you stand for? I need to make this distinction. When you think about your brand, and here's one of the biggest secrets we got from the 77 experts that weighed in to help us create this course, is your brand should not be about your company or about network marketing. Now, hear me again. Your brand should not be about your company. Some people are involved in your company, and you have that on your cover photo, and you have that everywhere, and you got all the swag, and it's big, and it's bold, and it's loud. And frankly, you chase people away when you do that. Same thing about network marketing. Now, it can be about entrepreneurship. That's fine. But here's what I want you to think about when finding your brand, okay? Finding it. What do you stand for? What are you known for? What are you against? What are your passions? Think about those types of things as you're starting to find your brand. Think about your interests. Let's say you're absolutely interested in fashion and you want that to be part of your brand. I'm interested in fashion. And if you're posting stuff about fashion all the time and you're talking about fashion and this latest trend and this latest thing and this latest design, this really cool thing, pretty soon people who recognize that and like it, and they have common interests too, they're going to follow you. They're going to start interacting with you, aren't they? So if you think about, let's say your passion is raising kids. You want to be the best parent in the world. So talking about that passion of being super mom or super dad or single mom or single dad or whatever it happens to be, something around kids, then other people who have kids might be attracted to that, might find that interesting, might find that valuable, might find that helpful, might think that you're kind of connected at the heart, and they might start interacting with you. So think about gardening. Let's say, how many people do you think garden and are really into gardening, flowers and plants and fruits and vegetables around their house or in their house? Tons, millions and millions and millions of people around the world. If you just focused on gardening and tips about gardening and suggestions about gardening and interviews with top gardening experts and all these different kinds of things, I know what some of you are thinking. What does this have to do with my network marketing business? Everything. Here's why. You attract people by your actual passions, and then you can let them know about your network marketing business after you connect with them as friends. You can let them know, hey, here's how I have an opportunity to do the gardening that I do because I have this business that supports me and provides income for me, provides free time for me, provides freedom. Okay? So I want you to think about your passion, the thing that's automatic for you, the thing that's natural for you. Let's say you're a sports fanatic. I love the Minnesota Vikings. I will tell you right now, if I wasn't doing what I was doing right now, I could build a brand around being the Minnesota Vikings superfan, providing news and updates and information and editorial and commentary and feedback and interaction with fans. And how many people do you think are Minnesota Vikings fans around the world? A massive amount. A massive amount. Now, I'd have to work to differentiate myself from anybody else out there, but if I was really focused on it, I could do it. No question in my mind. And within a couple years, everybody within the Vikings organization would know my name. And most of the fans around the world that were Minnesota Vikings fans would also know, hey, you know about that Eric Worre superfan guy? They would all know. And from that, do you think I could convert those people into prospects for my product or service if I was a distributor in network marketing? The answer is of course. This is the secret sauce of what the people do. These 77 that we've interviewed, this is the secret sauce. They talked about their passions, they attracted like-minded people, and then they converted those people into prospects in an elegant way that didn't offend anybody, didn't violate any policies, procedures of any platforms, made people feel comfortable. They got people to come to them because of their passion. Let's say you're really into photography. If you talk about photography, you become a trusted resource. You become a place where people go, hey, if you're into photography, you got to follow this guy. He's amazing. He reviews every single new camera that comes out. He tells you about the latest lighting thing, and here's the best memory thing, and here's the best stand for this, and here's the best tripod for that. He's amazing. Or she's unbelievable. She's the best. You want to talk about weightlifting, if you want to talk about anything that you're passionate about, mountain climbing, it doesn't matter. You pick it. The more obscure, the better, because you'll be able to attract people that are really into it. So think about your interests. I want you to right now make a list of the things that really drive you and are part of your passion, where you spend your time, what you love, okay? It could be movies. You review movies and talk about movies. You could be the movie person. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to show you how to be the best at it, whatever that passion is, okay? You figure out that passion. I'm going to show you how to be the best at that passion. But it's really important that you find this brand. I think if you build your brand around your passion and you build a relationship and a connection, I'm going to teach you how to connect with those people. I'm going to teach you how to post in a way that is attractive to people, where you find your natural audience. I'm going to teach you how to do that, how to expand your brand, expand your reach. But finding your brand is critical at the beginning. Think about the brands that you know. There's something about them. You look at like an Emerald, the cooking guy who's bam, bam, you do that stuff with the spices. That was his brand, right? So he threw that stuff in there. Or Rachel Ray, down the cooking side, she's just all empathetic and fun and bubbly. Or a Gordon Ramsay, he's just all angry, pissed off all the time and yelling at everybody. That's his brand. Simon Cowell's the bad guy. Paula Abdul was the sweetheart and hugging everybody. And Randy Jackson was dog, all this stuff, right? They understood. And if you want to look at brand attributes, go study some of the brands. Go look up the top 100 most followed people on Facebook. Just go check that out. Google that, the top 100 on Facebook, and you will see all of these brands, and you'll see immediately when you look at them what they stand for, okay? You just know it. You see a Vin Diesel, he has a very particular brand. You see a Will Smith, he has a very particular brand. A Pitbull, he has a very particular brand. Kim Kardashian, very particular brand. And you can develop one too. And you're like, well, I've never done anything like they've done. It doesn't matter. Stand for something. Be known for something. Stand up against something. Now, I would encourage you, unless it's really your thing, try not to put too much controversy and, when it comes to very controversial issues into your brand, or politics into your brand, or religion into your brand. You can do that if you want, but just understand that once you go there, you're stuck there, right? If you just go, I'm going to be a Republican, that's going to be my brand. Okay, fine. Just understand that the Democrats are never coming. If you want to use, I'm going to be a Democrat, then the Republicans are never coming. If you're just going to be all Catholic all the time, well, then the Protestants probably aren't coming. Okay, so just understand that you're going to divide sometimes that way. And sometimes I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. It's a strategic thing. If that's really what you're about, let that be your strategic thing. That's fine. But find something that you believe in, that you are passionate about, okay? That you can build on, that you will have fun talking about, that you can bake into your brand and make it My goal for you is as you find this, a year from today, everyone in your world knows what you stand for. Everyone in your world recognizes you as that, and they can tell you the attributes of your brand. Everybody in your world. And you've expanded and you've grown into doing a little bit more than that. Okay? So let's talk now about how to start. Now that you've found your brand and you go through this exercise, you find your brand, how do you just establish it onto the social media platform? And my strong recommendation is regardless of your interests, regardless if you're a Snapchat fanatic or Instagram or you love Twitter, no matter where you are today, every single one of you, in my opinion, at this moment in time, needs to start on Facebook. You need to start by building your personal brand, your personal page on Facebook. Now, after you get that built, then you can expand it into your other platforms if you want to. But start, every one of you, I will tell you for network marketing at this moment in time, start with Facebook and then expand from there. Now, just know this, that if that changes at some point in the future, it doesn't matter. You're going to take these same concepts, you're going to apply them onto those other platforms. So let me talk to you about some basics, okay? First is your personal profile photo. Does that photo reflect your brand? And again, I want you to go and take a look at some of the big names, the big brands in the world. I promise you, their profile photo represents their brand. Is it friendly? Is it bright? Does it have attitude? What are you dressed in? All that stuff. It needs to be a picture of you, recognizable, identifiable, and in alignment with your brand, okay? You could take your camera and have somebody get some good lighting, wear something that represents your brand, take some great shots until you have something that says, yes, that's the one. That's the one that represents me. That's going to be my profile picture, and leave it your profile picture. You can maybe change your profile picture once a year. You should not change your profile picture because it changes your brand. That little thumbnail is where people recognize, do I want to interact with this person or not? It's really important. That photo is consciously created and it is consistent. And take 1,000 photos if you need to, or hire somebody. Every one of you has a friend that's in love with photography, every one of you. Have that friend say, can you come over and help me take an amazing photo of me? And have them come over and take 1,000 shots until they get one that's amazing. Okay? So have it reflect. If your brand is about sassy attitude, have that photo reflect the sassy attitude. If you're all business, have it reflect business, right? If you're friendly, have it reflect the friendly personality that's inside of you, whatever it happens to be. But make sure that that's close, it's on your face, it's not anything else, and it reflects your brand, okay? Now, it's going to be subtle in the reflecting of your brand because your brand is a lot of things. You're not going to be able to see it necessarily in a photo. But if you go take a look at all the top stars in the world, you'll see what I'm talking about. This is your first impression. It's very important that people go, that's interesting. You know it. And when you go look through the people that maybe you should friend up, or Facebook is suggesting that you friend up, if they have an awesome photo, you're likely to click on it. If they have some distant photo, if they just look sharp and in charge and energetic, big smile on their face, you're like, okay, maybe that person. But if it's distant or some weird photo or some photo of some trees somewhere or whatever, it's like, no. So your profile photo is very, very important. Second thing is your cover photo. The cover photo inside of Facebook is vitally important that it reflects your brand. It reflects what you stand for. And again, I want you to go look at the big names on Facebook as an example. What are the big most followed people? What do their cover photos look like? What do they represent? Now, it should not be your company name. It shouldn't be your products. Decide what you want it to be. This is your personal page now. We're going to talk about business page, fan pages, all that stuff too. Don't worry about that. This is your personal page. What do you want it to stand for? How do you want to represent yourself to the world? Because this is initially how you're going to be attracting people. So think about a photo that would, maybe it's a composite of different parts of your life. Maybe it's one photo that represents, maybe it's a great visual background with a saying that kind of defines who you are or your mission statement in life or what you want to represent. Your brand is kind of is laid out inside of that photo. It's different for every person, so I can't tell you exactly what to do. And I'm not going to show you a bunch of successful people in network marketing examples, because then that creates a distraction again. I don't want to create any distractions. But think about this, and I want you to take a day and go do some research on cover photos that you love, and then find a version that's similar to your brand and make it. Then use that as a kind of an example to create your own. So the cover photo is very, very important if you want to attract people that are like-minded with you, okay? So not company, not network marketing, but it can be those other things. Look at what other successful people have done and model that behavior. But make sure this is done right. Make sure you really pay attention to this. Don't just slap something up there, okay? Third thing, in the basics is the about section, the thing that describes you. Now, inside of this about section, it should not say, I am a blankety blank distributor for blankety blank company, and I'm looking for blankety blank people to join my blankety blank opportunity. Okay? That's what most people do, and it's a mistake. Those people don't attract people. You think you get people to join your business with that? You're not. Now, I'm not saying hide from your business, but what I'm saying is in your about, in your bio, you need to be, and this is what we've heard from all of the people that gave us input on having success in recruiting using social media, okay? The bio needs to be a reflection of your brand. So for me, I'm passionate about network marketing. I love entrepreneurship, you know what I mean? Those types of things. The professionalism involved in it. Here's what I stand for. Okay, it doesn't need to have necessarily all the emotional attributes, but at least what you stand for, what you stand against, and you describe it in pretty good detail. And think about this. Your brand needs to be reflected in all of that about stuff included into your Facebook profile. And you need to make sure that you have contact information in there so people can find you. You put your email address in there, you put a phone number in there that you want to have in there for people, and you use that to be able so people can find you, and put all of your ways to connect. If you're on other social media platforms, find me here, okay? But here's my phone number, and here's the hours that you can reach out to me, or send a text message, that's better, or whatever it happens to be. Make sure that the basics of this, your profile photo especially, your cover photo, and your about information, all of the information about you, has information that's attractive to the group that you're going to be trying to attract. Make sure that reflects your brand, and it's light and it's fun and it's upbeat, and people want to be around energetic people. People want to spend time with, or at least follow. People are interesting. The number one rule is don't be dull. Don't be dull. You can rant every once in a while. You can do this every once in a while. You can jump up and down every once in a while, but just don't be boring. Okay? People are already bored. They're looking for some entertainment. They're looking for somebody, hey, maybe this energy will rub off on me. Okay? So I'm going to teach you what to put into this, what to start posting and how to start growing your friends and what we call the 3 Fs. Your friends, your fans, and your followers. Friends, fans, and followers. How to grow that network. In the next module, I'm going to teach you how to start expanding your brand and start to attract those people. But the first exercise of this is to really get your brand represented onto the platform, and just start wherever you are. It doesn't need to, you don't need to take 3 months to do this and have one final thing. I'd rather you start now and adapt and make little changes. No, I don't like that photo. I want to change this cover photo. No, I need to adapt my profile, my about section. I need to adjust it. I need to edit it. Just do that, because little progress is perfection. We're going to continue to be making little adjustments for forever. I continue to make little adjustments to all of my social media platforms. And the biggest thing with all this is do some soul searching and try to really identify what you stand for. And I promise all of you stand for something. All of you can be known for something. All of you have a passion inside of you that you can build a following around. You can have people wanting to be your friend, people wanting to interact with you. I'm going to teach you how to do the same thing if you're consistent and if you're persistent and if you'll pay attention to creating the brand that really reflects you. Okay, so that's your homework for this module. Next module, we're going to start talking about how do you expand your influence. Okay, so I'll see you there.